Okay, it's day 164, part 4. So here is where I met Deep Florida, this boarding officer for the Coast Guard the other night. And he kind of confirmed the things that we had said about maritime data awareness packages and how that they could call off interdiction. People like the Stokes family in Corpus Christi or the Stokes family in San Diego can say at the Coast Guard level, from DIA can send a message down saying no interdiction, guide that boat to the target. Or I could bring a yacht into Port of Miami or Port of Jacksonville or Port of Tampa or all the way up and down the coast. You know, Charleston, South Carolina, Virginia Beach, all the Navy ports, all the way up to where Joe Crowley is with his Wackenhut boat. So that's good. I want to talk to Deep Florida again, and we probably need to talk to him more because that's real on the line, on the front lines intelligence. Where he was, seeing these same drug dealers over and over and over again, and at the 24-mile marker and the nautical mile marker. The other thing about the first story we did today, which was Bill Binney, it kind of dovetailed into that because SAIC is the one who wrote the Maritime Data Awareness Package for all this. SAIC is also the company that wrote Trailblazer, the program that took the place of Thin Thread, Bill Binney's Thin Thread. And the guy who bought it is a guy by the name of, there was one guy by the name of Ben Black, who was SAIC, and then he hired a guy named Sam Visner, V-I-S-N-E-R, who was also SAIC. So a lot of these NSA guys end up being SAIC guys, and that's the revolving door as far as the Navy is concerned. And you might have seen us cover that when we went up to Laurel racetrack. We talked to all the SAIC guys, ex-admirals who were, parlaying their horses around the Laurel Park. The second story we did today on Frank Enzyme Bradley, was also interesting because he's in these global intelligence files of the WikiLeaks. And I looked at the files, there's 29 of them, and they're mostly spreadsheets, and it's kind of the same kind of audit coded spreadsheet. It goes from 2004 to 2011. There's 29 spreadsheets, and his email's in there, and it's for like $19.95 a month. And there's all these Army guys. So that, unlike Bill Binney and the Navy and SAIC and NSA, this, with the second story we did today, which is Frank Enzyme Bradley with the Bradley fighting vehicle, right? Turns out it's Army. Now, is that a fake name because he's Army and he's dispersing Army, gas masks and flashbang grenades and all sorts of things to JTTF units all over the country, to these dog teams that we've got? Who knows? We don't know that. But it is interesting he is in this kind of list. And does that list get compromised in 2011? That's why the Fusion GPS is created. Still, we don't know the answer to that either. But meeting yet another whistleblower here, so we're going to stay in Milwaukee a little bit longer.